Right. So hello everyone. This is Bea again. Today I'm going to show you how to create your mini series or mini course. So hello. We're using Canva and it's free. So why not use it, and you can start promoting it after you're done with this short tutorial. All right. So I'm going to share my screen with you. Let me just find that control. So I'm going to share my screen. So can you see me now? I'm going to share with you because I am going to show you what I will be doing. So this is a very basic course about social media, and you can create slides, and then in between you can explain about it. And let's make it simple so you don't get overwhelmed, because it's hard to start something, and that's why we're here to help you. So anyway, these are just a few slides that I want to do for this course, Social Media 101. And I have 9 items that I want to share. And this is going to be a free um, introduction, like an introduction of the course. But then if you want to go dig deeper, then yeah, there's another follow-up on this one. So let's get going, and I will be sharing my screen to look for Canva. Let's just delete all this unnecessary ones, and let's go to Canva. So for those of you who have not signed up for Canva, I will be adding a link in my description, and you can sign up there. It's free, um, just to get you started and start creating a lot of beautiful creation. I love Canva. I have always been, like I can take all day long just creating on Canva because it's addicting. Anyway, so I'm going to, this is for you if you have not started Canva yet. So this is basically canva.com, and then you can see on the left side, home, all your designs. This is where all the designs that you already created, it will be in one place, and designs that were shared with you, all your folders. If you don't want them, you can trash them. And usually I go here on top. If I click this is the home, and then this template is where I usually find the things that I want to do. For example, if you are into Instagram, then if you want to be active in Instagram, then you want to use this Instagram post. They're all made sized according to Instagram requirement. There's square, and you can select the free and the paid ones. If you're starting, just start with free ones. You can actually just kind of create something like this, even like this. This is paid item, but you can actually just create this by yourself too. Some you're able to, not all of them, but as someone who's starting, it's not a bad idea to just start the free items, because truth is there's just so many beautiful creation here, even for the free ones, you know. So right now, because I'm going to create this course, I will be using Facebook covers. I would encourage you to explore more because there's just so much to learn. This is a very powerful tool. So now I'm here. I will be using just a regular block. I can also choose some here. See, you can choose like depending what you are thinking of, what you want to do, like what you want to create. So this looks like something I would be interested to use in my slides. Let me look at it. However, this is real estate agent. So the other thing is you can customize this template, and let's see what if I can use it or not. So when I look at this, I see, because the reason I click on this is because I saw her and I think, this, she looks good, and I think she is separate, as you can see, and I like that. So I thought, oh, this might be good. It doesn't matter what is this about, you can always change it. So let's just try that and delete all this, or we can keep it and delete some. I will delete this part. This one I don't have to. I will edit it to my liking because this looks good. I just changed this. So, and this one is not going to be a kitchen. It's going to be social media. So for this, I would look for photos. Go to photos here on the left side of the screen. You can see photos, and then you would type in social media. Social media marketing, or social media, or social, they pretty much have the same, understanding that you're looking for the same thing. But of course, you want to niche down, or you want to be very clear and take less time, then you will use this social media marketing or social media influencer, something like that. But right now, we'll just use social media. And there's some images that are free, some are pro. So let's say I will pick an image here that signifies about social media. We're talking about social media, right? This might be a good thing. So I will use that one. However, if you notice, this is rectangular and this is not. So in order to fit this one to here, you have to adjust this one. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. Let me just move this around. So I'm going to delete this because we don't need that. And then I'm going to change this here. I can move this a little bit on the side for this to make it a little bit square, and then expand it here and expand it here on one side. And now I have something like related to social media. Now, as you can see, this lady, the lady I like, she's behind this image. So you go up there. If you see this position, you will click on that and you will put that backward or forward. You have the option. Right now, there's only backward. So let's do that. When I click on that, I can now see her. However, if you notice, it's a little bit busy, so you don't really want that busy. It's distracting to whoever's watching you or looking at your slides, so you want to make sure it's not distracting. I can move her over here. It looks okay. And then I can tone this down. By doing, how do you do that is to go to above. You can see this transparency. Click on that and you can tone it down. So it would look less empowering than her. Social media is more or less a person who wants to influence. And this is the tool. So you, the person, has to be on top, right? So now I can see that is a little bit minimized, toned down. Now I can change this. I'm going to change this to the course name, the social influence. That's my course. And then I will take out, let me just move this. So when you move, if you move something, you want to make sure you're in this like a square, like a cross. So you can move it. This is hidden behind this. I can't delete it. So I'm just going to delete that and then change, put it here. Now, as you can see, it's very wide gap. I can expand it like that and make it small. It's just not very visible. It's very thin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bold, make it bold. Still, it's very, very thin. That would work. I'm just gonna make it a little bigger. Right. And then I will put my name here. I don't need that contact info, but I would say I would like to put my name as the presenter by Bea Hensley. Or I can just put my screen name, Abby. You can change it however you want. So anyway, this is just the way to do this. I can change it to what font. If you want to change it, go to this and then find a font here. So basically, if I am going to do this, I want this a little more obvious than my name. My name is not the most important part of this slide. The course is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this to my name. So this is the font that I'm going to use for my name, and I will switch this to a different one, Martha, or bolder one, which is obvious. So I'm going to go back and find this BD script, highlight my name and go to search BD script. See if we can find that. There it is. So now my name is using that font. To make it big, I can make it big so at least anybody can see who I am. But not so empowering. This one, I'm going to change this something that is a little more bold. Let's say I like puppets. Bold, you can pick that one. Social influence. Now it's very, very clear. Right? I didn't even spell this right. All right. So I was wondering, that's very long. So this is how it looks like. Now there's a big gap here and you want to put it together closer. This is okay, but I kind of like the look of something closer than that. That's too big a gap for me from how I look at it. So I'm going to highlight and then click this spacing on top, and you can move this closer to each other. So that's a little closer. So that's a little better from what I see. Okay, so this one, I'm not very happy with it. It's like, yeah, it's good, just kind of dull. So because I tone it down, so let's find a different one that complements her, a pink one. If I can't find one, then it's okay. We can just keep it. But a lot of times I like to find something that is pleasing to my eyes. And that's what keeps me staying in Canva for so long. So let me see. I can't find any here. I'll just go to social and see if I can. So you want to play around these words here when you're looking for something. Sometimes it's showing in one area and sometimes it's not. It goes somewhere else. I will be using this for sure later. So, right, so I think we'll just keep that one. That's fine. I didn't see anything, because this is like, I didn't plan this. So, sometimes you have this, you just want to do it and then you can improve it later. So, which is very, very fine. So the next thing is you want to add a second page. You can copy this if you want to copy the same thing. That way you don't have to redo this. You can do that. So what you need to do is just duplicate the page, and you will have two ones. Then you can change, you can edit this. The next one is, I'm going to go look at the welcome to our social media 101. So I'm going to create a slide for that. Since this is a title, actually we don't really need this at the moment. Since this is just the title, we can just my thought, take it out. And I will put myself, let's pretend this is me. She's pretty. So I don't have to worry finding my image. So now I can make it really big. And I can put it name. So that looks good. This is gray. I want it black. It pops better, as you can see. And you can always change the background color. If you want the background color to be changed, you can do that. You can pick a color from here, like that. The good thing with Canva, it gives you these colors that complements with the picture you have. That's nice. You can choose this one. I like this color. It pops. So I'm just going to keep it that way. That looks pretty. Then the next one is welcome. Now I'm going to change this, highlight this, and paste. Welcome to social media 101. You don't need that. Just make it short and sweet. And now I may want to flip her or switch her just to kind of play around with it. So I'm going to move this here instead. The other way is to create and move her here. And then I can make this smaller. And so I can move this like that. And I still have the same name. And I can keep, if I want to keep this color, to make it uniform, right? So now that I have this one, I like this one really. And so I'm going to just duplicate it. And I have that, I can move her on the side now. And then I'm just gonna copy this, edit that. No, I'm copying everything. So I'm just gonna edit, copy this, and then edit this one. Right? That looks good actually. I don't think I need this. That is so funny. I like it, but I just don't like it. It's just kind of light, so toned down, I guess. So let's tone it up. Maybe that would help. Okay, so that's a lot better. So I like this better. I'm just gonna do it this way. We want to make it simple. So anyways, that's good. Then another one, you're gonna go on to the next slide, which is, I'm gonna delete this. So I have 3 slides now. Welcome social media. As you go, this is like, some are brief, like this probably would just take a few seconds to present, and then you go forward immediately to the welcome, because there's not much really to say. And let me just correct this to make it more looking good. Welcome to, like that. And like I said, as I mentioned, the gap, you want to change it so it would be a little closer. You go back again to this on top spacing, and you want to space it closer. So just repeat doing the same thing so you like it. Now you can also do this where, to make it a little shorter, is to just, I'm gonna do it this way, social media 101. There you go. I like that. So next thing is, the next thing is, what is it? Let's go back. Traditional marketing tools. So this is the next slide we're going to be using. So copy that and go back to next slide. Copy, duplicate this, and this is something you might want to change now, because you're getting deeper to your course. And so this would be, I would just type, I would just add it here, because that way I don't have to go back again and think, where is it? What is it? So that's what I do, shortcut. So let me go back, and so this is the traditional marketing tools. I'm gonna make it really small for now, because there's too much. And it doesn't matter, because you're going to change this. So this is traditional marketing tools. What I usually do is I would make it really small, because I'm going to create another another how I set this up. This is not the way to set this up. Right now, I'm going to add a little bit contrast. Let's say I have a pink one. So I can use black. So we just use two colors. Don't, not too much uh, distraction. So I'm going to put this. You can use this, and then you can put public relation is the first one. Copy that, put it here, mid text, and use white. Make sure you use white, otherwise you can't see, or pink. Let's do pink. Public relations, put it in the middle, center it. You make it big, can, as long as it fits. Then the next one would be, you copy, duplicate this. Very easy, right? You just duplicate things. You don't have to go back again and get one again. You just duplicate it, and then you can also duplicate this by going to more here and duplicate it. And so you have two of this. However, we need to put display advertising. We already put this is the first one, public relations. Next is display advertising. That's the second way, traditional marketing. So copy that and go here, go back to this and highlight it and then paste it. So now you have the display advertising. Next thing is to copy this again. I know there's a lot of copying now. This is the third one. And then third one is email system. So a lot of times I would just delete it once I copy it, like cut it and then put it here. However, for the purpose of this tutorial, I did the long way. That way you know what to do. But if you want a shortcut, this is a shortcut to save you time from deleting it. See, you can copy it here. Email system. So now you get all these three things about traditional marketing. Now you can you can delete this. Traditional marketing tools. And this is traditional marketing tools. You are, this is very close to that one, the second one, so we can move it a little bit and then just move this in the center. So they look really good. They're uniform. They're, the same. It's very clean. What happens is the name was covered, so we can just move it down, or you can move this up. That way it doesn't bother or cover this name. But this is just an extra thing since it's already all here. It's not really gonna hurt much if you miss one. This is also good to just put it below right from the end, because That way, this is very clean. Right. So now I'll put it all the way at the bottom. So now that looks good. So these are the traditional marketing tools, public relations, display advertising, email system. You can explain this more and then go to the next page. So let's duplicate another page and we have to go back and find what traditional marketing can be enhanced by social media. Now you're talking about social media, which is what this course is about. Social Media 101, the social influence. It's about social media, your influence on social media. Okay, this one is a copy of this. So I'm going to delete this. We don't need this. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 slides. This is the fourth one. It's about the, just delete this, modify it. Traditional marketing can be enhanced by social media. So this, we don't need this anymore. We can delete this. If you want to delete all of it together, let's do it this way. Now it has everything. So what I'm going to do is, if you don't want to do that, you can make this really, really small. Move it here so it doesn't get on with this group and just voila. Now, so many tricks, huh? I've learned so much. I love to figure out what's going on. So this, you want to kind of highlight this because this is really what social media is about. It enhances traditional marketing. That way, whoever's watching will see that, yeah, social media really can do better. And so then you can explain why and add some info about it. So let's go on to the next page. I don't want to take your time. Next page is marketing through social influence. Now we're talking about social influence because it is important. We just have to change this. Make sure when you want to highlight, you make sure you're in there and then you can change it. Marketing through social influence. Let's make this big like that. All caps. Social influence. Needs to. I like that because the course is about social influence. So you highlight that. Marketing through social influence. Then you can explain here what is, marketing through social influence. And the next slide would be a graphic that represents influencing socially. The reason I did this is I don't have to say anything, but I will be showing what in a graphic. So now we have to go to photos and find a graphic about networking. Earlier I mentioned about that. There's one. So this one, I can use this one, how networking can help. And because this is a little bit kind of square. I would like to make it cuter. So now I'm going to use another tool in Canva to make it look cute. I'm going to elements, and then from there I'm going to scroll down to the bottom where I can see all these frames here and pick one that is a circle, because this is a square and I don't like it cornered. I like it like round. So I'm gonna look for a circle, and I like the one with an outline. This has a thin outline. This has a thick one. I like this one. It's cuter for me. I like that. So let's see if I can put it in there. There you go. So now I can see that I have this cute marketing through social influence. I'm gonna minimize this, make it small, and make it a little bit, but this is the thing here. This is what it is about. So I'm going to make this, can move it here, and I can make this big, half of this. So now it looks good. I like it. So this is how you explain about marketing through social influence. You know, one person can reach how many people, and that's just minimum. There's, you can reach as many as you want. So the next page, we are going to see when I click add page, this is what I get. So we don't want this because we have to do all this extras, right? So I'm going to delete that and just use this duplicate page. The next thing to do is, who will be my questions? You need to ask, address the questions. These are the very, very important questions, people, especially people who don't know how to start, where to start. So now I have that. I don't need this now. I'm going to delete that. And when you delete this, you don't delete just the image because it will stay there. So you want to delete the whole thing, so it will be gone. Now, this is going to be replaced with the questions. Who will be my influencers? That's a question people would be asking. Will you be my influencer? Who are my potential influencers? So this one here, yes, you can see it's very crowded because I make it crowded. This is the time when you want it separated, because these are very important questions. In fact, sometimes you may want to use it like one at a time. You can use just the first one and then you add another slide. Then you will ask the second question and then the third question. So for this, I'm going back to the spacing, and then I will expand the spacing. I have to highlight it though. Highlight it and then go to spacing, and then you can, all of them will be spaced out. Just like that. Who will be my influencers? Will you be my influencer? Who are potential? Who are the potential influencers? So these are questions that you want to ask when you're starting out, when you're planning to start a business online. This is the way to ask. That way you have a direction, right? So the next thing is social influence beyond marketing. Another slide. So the slide is something you can be creative as however you want. I just made this quite simple. That way we don't end up hours. This can take hours. So the next thing is to replace this with, no, okay, I will replace this again with a new social influence beyond marketing. This is something. What is social influence beyond marketing? Can enhance. There's so many ideas how to do this. So you can add an image. Oh, I have to expand it. If you want it one line, you want to get like this. So I want to get an images here because there's not much images we're using. And that's okay. You don't really have to, but I like images. So I'm going to add images. Social influence, social. So I'm going to look for something that may be impactful. This would be good. But too busy, right? Can't find something here. That's what, I mean, it's fun. But yeah, you want to make them, nice and something that people will be attracted. The image are also very important, but it's not the most important, I would say, because even though it's beautiful and you don't have value in what you're sharing or providing, then people will see that. So it's important that you have a good vision of what you are trying to help others with. So right now, I have not seen, I remember I've seen something I like. Now I don't see it. It changes sometimes. So pay attention when you are looking for something and you find something you like. Like, for example, another way is because I've used something, I have used some images. What I'm going to do is just go to another trick. Another trick is to go to the top and recently used. These are the images that you have used. See, I just used that one. It's right here, first one. So I go back there and then you can see what images are in that you have used. So here, there's one here. I like this one. I like that one better than this. This is too busy. This one, this is interesting. This is mysterious. I like that. So I would like to use this one as social influence beyond marketing. Then the next page would be, we need another page. I know I still have 2 pages. Social listening tools. Social listening tools. So this is something you can change this one. So now we're talking about tools. So we want to look for tools. This might be a good thing. There's tools here because I like this one. We're going to listen. This is not very, very obvious, but it does look good. I like it. Excuse me. So there's a few things that I've used earlier. But for now, I'm just going to use this one. You can definitely, you want to play around and, enjoy the fun of doing Canva. because it's really fun. Now, with social media, I need to minimize this so I can make it big. It's too small, and I want to highlight that people don't think this is important, but you need to learn to listen when you're doing social media. So you can reach the people, the clients that you want to reach. Otherwise, they can hear you, they cannot hear you, and you cannot reach them. So social listening tools. So we need some tools to help us how we can reach to the people that were, or the tribe that were, audience that we want to reach. So the next thing is, the last I have here is the prevention. Of course, all this work you have, you want to make sure you are safe. That's also important. You are safe. You have to be safe. So there's a lot of things going on, and you want to be protected. You are important. So this one, prevention, we want to prevent something so we can be successful. So if I look for successful, well, you already, she looks successful. We can find something like this. You're successful like this. This is a paid one, so no. All right, like this or this one, okay? So with that, it's very, it blends well. It's very obvious. I don't like that. I want it to be blended. So my way is to go there, and you can choose square. It doesn't have to be circle. I like circle for whatever reason. So you can do this, and prevention for success and for something that I like. This one is so blends so well that it doesn't pop. I like something that pops. So I'm going to find an image about fear, or something fearful, fearless. Basically from here to here. So we have to learn about prevention, what needs to be prevented. So this is okay. I like this. So you can duplicate this and then use this image. So what you do is go up there, duplicate this. Now you have two of this. And now you can do that. So you can then be aware of the prevention, and so you can be successful. How do we connect this? I would like an arrow. I go to elements and go to search. I will search for arrow. And then this, I will use a black one. I am tempted actually to use a different color because I like different colors, but I'm teaching myself to be okay. You need to narrow it down so it's not very distracting. As you can see, the colors we have here are very, very close to each other. This is not pink, but it's pretty close because you know the shade here is not far from this shade. So that's it. So you're trying to tell, you know, like this course is you have, if you know what are the preventions, then you will be successful. I can just move this a little bit so it has balance, not too close to the other. So that's it. Now you have a course ready. Now I have two again. So I'm going to delete one. I did duplicate twice. So, okay, I'm going to delete this. So right now I created how many, let me just name this as social. That way I can find it if I'm going to look for it. The I I had the caps on and then I didn't see it. So this is what I normally do. The social, I would put FB cover because sometimes I don't see what the size of this. The title would tell me, okay, this is the Facebook cover. That way it's easier to determine if this is what I'm looking for or not. So this is the slides. Let me show you my slides. I'm proud of it. Really, really. The Social Influence by Abby. Okay. Welcome to Social Media 101. Traditional marketing tools, public relations, display advertising, email system. They look really nice. So I would, I think I'm going to add a line here to kind of put or an arrow is good. That's good enough. Let's add an arrow pointing to, because I already used this one, we'll just use this one again. Let's move it. If you want to point it somewhere else, this is what you're going to do, just like that. Move it and then change the color to black. This is too big. I can move this a little bit up and then copy that twice, because you already had, when you do this, you I would say you already had it set to the size you want and everything. Then you copy, because if you don't, you keep copying from the beginning and then you have to resize it again. That takes time. Now if you do this where you already, this is the size I want, then you copy it, then that way you save time. You copy it twice and then you just have to move it a little bit to point how you want it. And then this one goes here. And then you move it, slant it a little bit. There. You can slant it a little bit because the other one is kind of slanted. Now that looks better. So yeah, this is it. Traditional marketing can be enhanced by social media, marketing through social influence, and marketing through social influence. This is additional graphic because that way you can explain better that this is how it works. And then who will be my influencer? You can actually do this too. Who will be my influencer? This can also be used here. It looks, but I want to highlight this and then deepen, dive deep here. So yeah, so now you have what it takes to start your mini course. How cool is that? And this is all for free. So if you like what you see, give me a like. If not, give me a comment and tell me how I can be better. And also, you can click the link for Canva to join, to get started for you. It's free. So, bye for now. And that's having fun. See you next, and I hope you have fun with Canva.